The rules. He will play on a 100 chemistry line for 7 games and will not be assigned any boosts or captaincy cards. The overall grade will be based on 5 stats: puck skills, skating, shooting, physical, and defensive. His current average price is $375k, putting him in the same price range as Jonathan Toews. Puck skills, he gets a 7. SCE Perry's stick movement is quite slow, but he can still be effective. You may not get by with every loose puck deke, but if you use his reach and puck control to your advantage, then you'll find that you can still dangle around the D. As for his passing, it's around average. He'll connect when the lanes are clear, but he'll most likely get intercepted if you try anything fancy. Skating, he gets a 6.5. Just like his stick movement, Perry's overall on-ice movement is pretty slow. I'd say he's a tad faster than Eric Lindros, so he's not going to beat many people with his pure speed. And he's not very agile either. His turns are slow, and when he gets fatigued, he can be difficult to maneuver. That being said, he does actually have pretty good endurance, so even though he's not very fast to begin with, he maintains his speed throughout the shift. Shooting, he gets an 8.5. Stanley Cup Perry has a blistering shot. Both his wrister and slapper come off his stick with heat, however they don't always come off with accuracy. His wrist shot especially had a tendency to miss the net, whereas his slap shot was a little more dangerous. If he winds up and hits his mark, it'll most likely end up in the back of the net, or at the very least, create a rebound opportunity. Physical, he gets a 9. This is the best part about Stanley Cup Perry's game. He's a very powerful and dominant force on the ice. His balance is superb and he can power through most players. And of course, he can dish out the punishment and flatten his opponents. However, he's still not the strongest player I've used and will occasionally run to someone that can take him down. Defensive, he gets another 8.5. I was actually surprised with how good Perry played defensively. Standing 6 feet 3 inches tall, he's got a very long reach and he uses it well. His poke check was on point and his defensive awareness has him intercepting every pass that comes his way. The only thing that brings him down is his discipline. His long stick could sometimes work against him with a tripping call, or he would take a bad AI-controlled penalty like interference or roughing. Total points. In 7 games, he got 4 goals and 2 assists for a total of 6 points. His overall grade comes to 7.9 out of 10, or 79%. That's a C+. Stanley Cup Edition Perry plays very good as a power forward. He has the strength to beef up any line and the shooting ability to contribute offensively. He also does a surprisingly great job defensively, but his negatives come in his speed. Both his deking and skating are pretty slow, but they're also manageable. So all in all, Perry is exactly what I expected. If you're looking to toughen up your team without taking away from your offensive production, then Stanley Cup Edition Perry is your guy. And I think his price of $375k is pretty reasonable. However, if you'd rather trade for him, then stay tuned in the next few days as I'm going to throw him up on my upcoming trade day. But that's all for this review. I hope you guys found it helpful, and if you did, then be sure to hit that subscribe button. I'm Famox from Game On Your Face, where I provide in-depth reviews so you can make informed decisions. And I'll see you in the next one.